country, a small country, but very committed to contribute in the world stage and to international cooperation. So it was, I think it was something that determined our mindset, but especially until today, but especially the way we see ourselves and the way other people from other countries see Uruguay. Football has been a trademark for Uruguay. And of course, being with two very big, giant countries surrounded us, now any Uruguay, Argentina, Brazil, Argentina, Uruguay, Brazil are clásicos. They are very, very tough matches. We are the smaller of them, but no one wants to play with us because we are very tough. So we are very, very confident and looking forward to the starting of the kickoff of the World Cup.
That first World Cup occurred at a tumultuous moment in world history, the Great Depression, heavy geopolitical tensions. We're seeing a lot of similar challenges in today's world. Do you see parallels between what was going on then and what's happening now?
They are indeed. Imagine that 1930 was less than a year after the huge economic and financial crisis of 1929. And that was also the sport, and specifically the football, was offered a unique platform to bring nations together and to try to foster international cooperation through goodwill, through understanding, through peace. I mean, football is in these times where everything is global, everything is image. It's a unique tool to bring people together, and I think it's a unique tool in terms of soft power, and this is very important, and it's extremely important in those times we're living, very volatile, very complex, where geopolitical tensions are, occupying or defining the situation of the world today. So football indeed has a very important role to fulfill in this regard.
Can you talk a little bit more about football and soft power? How does it factor into your own work, your own diplomacy on behalf of Uruguay?
A lot. I will give you a personal example and a personal anecdote. I had the privilege to be ambassador in South Africa for 4 years. Unfortunately, I was not ambassador there when the World Cup took place. But if you remember, Uruguay had an outstanding performance. We reached the semifinals. But on our way there was a huge, epic match, John, that you're a fan, you will remember that. A football player that we love, both of us, which is Luis Suarez. In the quarterfinals match, Uruguay-Ghana, he stopped the ball with the hands, so it was a penalty there. He was expelled. And finally, in the penalties, we got through the next round, which was semifinals. When I went to South Africa, first time I was feeling in a gas station, and I had in my car, a small, adhesive of Uruguay Natural, and the guy who was with me there said, "Oh, you are from Uruguay." Oh, we had bad memories of you because you beat the last African team. All the continent was very, very nice behind Ghana, supporting them in terms of having Ghana, and we were the bad guys who get them out. So, but that made the possibility of starting a conversation, and after that, you felt the admiration they had, for the way we play, the way our football players show our national identity. So it helps a lot. I mean, in terms of if you're a very small country, having this as a platform, to be known worldwide with players like Luis Suarez or Diego Forlán or Eddie Cavani, that puts you on the map. And I think no other, I cannot see for Uruguay at least, maybe beef, because we are very good beef producers and very well known because of that. But these are those were, and the current players are the best Uruguayan ambassadors that we have, because all the 26, except one, 25 of the players that will be playing they are playing outside Uruguay. They played in the best international leagues, in the Premier League, in Spanish Liga, in the German tournament, in Italy. So they are very well known, and Uruguay is there.
So you talked about how soccer, football is growing in the United States, which I love to see. When I was a kid, I played, but it wasn't necessarily the most popular sport.
Yeah.
American football, basketball, baseball, it's always had to compete with those. But as you said, it is growing in popularity. Have you noticed that in your conversations with people around Washington in the lead up to the World Cup? Does it actually factor into your diplomacy with the United States?
Yes, indeed. It is a factor. I arrived here to assume my duties last August. And from the early beginning, football has been a matter of conversation. And if I compare from my previous visits to the States, I've realized that football now is a subject of interest for most people. And I think that the having in such a robust league that MLS, that have been able to brought such fantastic players like Luis Suarez, like Lionel Messi, and some others, and Spanish players, Mexican players, Argentinian, Brazilian. So that has helped a lot, to boost the interest in the U.S. And I'm pretty sure with very good U.S. players, and I'm very sure that the United States is going to do a very good, will have a very good performance in the World Cup. Doing a good performance doesn't necessarily mean that only if you win you are doing good. No, I mean we have to realize how are our capabilities and so on. But I'm sure that the U.S. will be doing great here in the national team in your World Cup.
Let's certainly hope so.
Yeah,
let's certainly hope so. I want to ask you, as we wrap up here, about the Estadio Centenario and its importance as a symbol for Uruguay, particularly with the 2030 World Cup coming up and the opening games that are scheduled to be hosted there.
Yeah, well, the Estadio Centenario is a historic monument international for football. It was the site for the first World Cup. Let me tell you something before that, because you have seen that Uruguay we have 4 stars.
Yes.
We won 2 World Cups, but before having World Cups, where they weren't World Cups, we won consecutively 1924 and 1928 Olympic football gold medal. And the FIFA recognized that they were like the equivalent of the World Cup. That's where we have the 4 stars, and that's why Uruguay was the organizer of 1930. The Estadio Centenario is an emblem. Estadio Centenario is magic. It's like Anfield. It's like camp.
It's a football cathedral. It's
exactly, a football cathedral. Yeah. So really, we are very, very proud and privileged to be able to host. I think this is a significant key moment for Uruguay. Again, 2030 will be coinciding with the 200th anniversary, 2centennial of our first constitution. So we're trying to avail this opportunity, to showcase Uruguay, to say, look, we are still here. We are a very potent, huge football power. But through that, we want to showcase how, through football, we can show how committed we are in building, an international scenario of cooperation and unity among nations. I think the most important message that sports in general and football in particular, sorry I'm saying football here in America is soccer, but football is what we say in our region, are extremely important. Thinking about childhood, kids. I mean that in all our countries we are concerned that trying to avoid that childhood go into bad things or not in the right paths. The role that football has in order not only physically but in the shaping of the mindset of the boys and girls who played it. Girls, feminine football is outstanding as well. I had the opportunity, probably you, John, to see the final between Barcelona and Lyon, the Champions League feminine women's final, and it was incredible. So I think the football is in continuing expansion, and I think that will give us huge visibility globally speaking, no? Having the first match playing there, and of course looking forward to it. No, it's right around the corner. 4 years from now.
We got the first World Cup coming up in a couple of weeks, but yes, we're also looking forward to that very much. So thank you so much for being here to speak with me about the beautiful game. Absolute pleasure, Ambassador.
Thank you. Thank you, John. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you all as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please welcome to the stage the Embassy of Brazil's Deputy Chief of Mission and Minister Counsel, Fernando de Oliveira Sena, the Embassy of